You said there's something wrong with the refrigerator? Let me look.
Is there something wrong with the refrigerator?
Everything's warm. Neighbor having a problem with it. Did you leave the door open again?
No.
Oh, I bet you the dogs did. The dogs? Rue, Bonnie?
Possibly.
Possibly. The dogs. What are you gonna do, right? Oh, what's that? We'll go do Rodeo Dad stuff. That's what I always do, right? Gotta do some Rodeo Dad stuff. Remember we were at the APHA World Show a few years ago, and the guys next to us took the box fan and put it on the outside vent to blow air through the coils on the refrigerator. I'm gonna go grab the box fan, go put it on the outside of the RV. It has to help, right? Worked for them. Let's do the same thing. Yeah, I think do Rodeo Dad stuff. What do you think?
Do we really have to do more Rodeo Dad stuff? Is there a better way?
Yes, maybe. Beech Lane, I bet you they have something. What do you think? Didn't they have something?
Hi there, welcome to our channel, Pokin's Adventure. Join me and my wife Debbie, along with our 3 children, Brandon, Shannon, and Dylan, as we talk about our family adventures, provide some tips and hacks that we've learned along the way. If you like what you've seen, please remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment. We would definitely appreciate your feedback. Thank you for watching.
Well, as you're aware, getting airflow through the coils in the back of a gas absorption refrigerator is very important. And I'll show you here in a little video clip. The 2 things I've done in the past is a shaft type fan to blow the air up through the roof, and also a fan with a switch, that's a little squirrel cage type fan, to also move air through the coils in the back of the gas absorption refrigerator. Not the best option, but when I put those in 4 or 5 years ago, those were available and they worked somewhat. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, is there a better solution? So Jack over at Beech Lane says, I have something for you right here. It is a twin 5.5 inch fan system that mounts right in the vent area. So the options you have with this, that when you mount inside, oh, hello there, you got a wasp up here. When you mount these in there, is that you can either have it on continuously. There's a switch that you can put on manual, run all the time, which I'll cover later on in the unboxing, but also a thermostat, which is probably the most important thing, because when it gets cool enough at nighttime, you don't always need the fans running, because you have cool air moving through there. But Texas heats, or if you're in the southern part of the United States and you have a lot of heat going on, guess what? It's going to get hot, and you need the air flowing through there. And that's what this is going to do. So let's go into the garage, take a look at this bad boy, and see what's in this box. Wow, it is really hot. I cannot believe how hot it is here in Texas today. The heat index is 106 and it's cloudy, and you hear maybe you hear some thunder in the background. But let's get this bad boy unboxed. So thank you again to Jack from Beech Lane for sending this out for us to give a try. I think this could be a solution, a long-lasting solution actually, for our refrigerator in the Winnebago. So thank you again. And I'll put a link below that you can take and look at these online and the other great products in Beech Lane. So let's see what's in this box. Look at that. Let me put this box over here. Okay, you have the customary instructions in Beech Lane. 5.5 inch 12-volt motorhome vent fan, user manual. It's pretty well straightforward. How to mount. A couple options. You can mount either to pull air in or from the outside, like where I'm going to do it, and push it up to the roof, or you can pull it the other direction. Whichever works best for your rig. Module, pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, I'm not going to do a step-by-step installation of this vent fan. What I'm going to do is show the basics, get installed, and see how this bad boy works. So as I mentioned before, I'll put the link below if you want to take a look at this at their website and or on Amazon, or if you want to order one for yourself. But let's get this thing, let's see what's else in this box here. So what I really like about this, these are 5.5 inch brushless fans. Going to 5.5 inch brushless fans, this is going to move some air, and I think that's going to really help move air across those coils and really help the gas absorption refrigerator work more efficiently, right? So solid construction, injected plastic, you got metal frames which you can mount on there. You have mounting options plug-in connectors, so you're not wiring everything. Nice. Let's take a look at the controller here. It's a nice long cord. Like I said, plug and play. 12-volt power cord. As you know, all of these gas absorption refrigerators have a 12-volt power supply in the back. It's easy to tie this in. Since I already have 2 fans, I'm going to remove that one round one and tie into that power supply. This is your temperature probe. It goes behind your coils. This is going to measure the temperature back there. So when you have a temperature set, turn on, it will turn the fans on and start moving air. Very nice, weatherproof controller, which you use the 3M sticky tape here to mount inside your compartment. But it's a fan controller, temperature controller. I notice it has a manual mode and auto mode. You can have it run all the time, especially if you're in very hot temperatures. But you're in areas, especially if you get out in West Texas, for example, it might be 100 degrees, or even Arizona, for example. It might be 100 degrees during the day and drops to 60 at nighttime, right? So you don't necessarily want the fan running all the time. So you can select what temperature and how much fan speed you need. Now, if you want to go to 100% or even 50% fan speed, you can make that adjustment right here. What else we got in here? So we have a jumper to tie the two together. And what I like about this is, in this kit, wire nuts. I already said this before. I'm not a big wire nut person. I'll either splice it in and or solder it in. But these brackets I saw, I think are pretty cool. And these mount on top of this bracket right here. You can use these screws, put it on here, and that hanging bracket that you can see right there will hang on your vent. So if I was going to mount this on here, just go right here. See how it hangs? And this is mounted on like this. It'd be mounted that way. Now I'll have to play around to get it adjusted correctly for our RV setup. Since we have a very small vent compared to some of the larger gas absorption refrigerators, you might have 4 vents. We only have 2. So I have to figure out a way to mount this correctly on here. But they've thought of a lot to put into this kit to make it efficient for you to mount and get your refrigerator cold. So let me go ahead and get this thing installed. Like I said, I'm not doing an installation video step by step. I'm going to do the basics and then show you the result. Okay, I am impressed. Take a look at these clamps and how they work to hold the unit onto your vent cover. So they split right there, they hook over the rail, and then they're held on by this fastener hardware right here, these screws. I did have to adjust this one down here to fit this particular model. Remember, this is made in the United States, and the customer service is right there in North Carolina too. So if you have any questions, you can give them a call and they'll walk you through the installation procedure or if you have any technical issues. Now, one thing I wanted to do is make sure that the fan was pulling air from the outside, from this side here, into the back of the refrigerator, which will go over the coils and then go out the top vent, which is on the side of the awning right there. Whoo! Install is done. Look at that. Look, well, you can clean some fingerprints up. It has been extremely hot today. 106 was the heat index. The sun is setting. It has taken longer than anticipated to install these twin 5.5-inch fans from Beech Lane. No fault of Beech Lane or the installation kit, simply because, guess what? You can expect 106 degrees. The front AC unit went out, had to replace the capacitor, and actually the fan motor's out too, and then the rear capacitor went out. Luckily, I had 2 capacitors I carry on the rig, and is able to replace both capacitors. So we used to have 1 AC working, even though the unit's here at the house with us. But install went well. Now I will say these units, when I did the unboxing, you saw that the control unit that controls the fan speed and the temperature setting to where you want it to come on and off, if you want to use the auto feature, you usually put that inside behind your refrigerator. For me, I like to control things, especially if it has buttons on it. Guess what? I want to be able to get to it easily. So I installed ours on the inside. So come with me. Let's go take a look at what we have inside. Going inside here. Woo! Here we go. Let's go take a look. Okay, located just below the refrigerator, next to the other auxiliary switch. This is for the other squirrel cage fan I have behind the refrigerator. I mounted the control unit right here where I can control manual and auto, fan speed, and temperature right from inside the RV. A little shadow from our refrigerator right here. So if I want to turn it on, from manual for example, let's turn right there. We're off and running, 50% power. And I can change the settings as necessary right here in the RV. So that's a personal preference. You do not have to do that. That is something I did, and I think that works out well. Okay, here's the impressive part. I do have a manual mode right now running at 100% power. And look at the suction power of these two fans. Let me put this, look at that. Well, it's right up against there. Now it has some serious air moving across the coils, not through the roof. I think that's the best way to vent the air for this particular unit because I don't have two vents like the bigger units have. Okay, this is impressive. As you can see, the temperature right now in the refrigerator is 32.7. And I left the setting in the same, 4 where we usually have it at. The heat index outside is 101 today. And the vent fan, the twin vent fans we mount on the outside of the refrigerator, is blowing air across those coils out to the roof. And guess what? I'm going to change this to 3 now. I think that's a great thing. I'm impressed. Wow, what a weekend. Got the 12-volt vent fans installed into the rig. We've got a refrigerator to get some cool air running over the coils on the back. Went to a rodeo with my daughter. She ran one of her retired horses, get her a chance to get there and get some exercise. I also ran one of her futurity horses just to exhibition. Another important thing is got the AC fixed. Ooh, having cold air is huge. But again, if you're looking for a solution to help move air across the coils at the back of your gas absorption refrigerator, based on my experience so far, I recommend the Beech Lane 12-volt vent fans. They're 5.5 inch with a beautiful, easy to use wire remote that will control both temperature and fan speed. You can have a manual mode or an auto mode, and I'll put a link below if you'd like to go to Amazon and take a look at this and potentially order one for your unit. Also, since we've been testing some of these products that they're kind enough to send us, we're not affiliated with them. We don't have an affiliate link. We're just testing these and helping us improve our rig so we can camp better, right? Nice to have cold ice cream, cold food in your refrigerator, nothing spoils. That's a huge part. Click the link below, take a look at this. I think you'll be highly impressed. Remember, they have a lifetime warranty, built right here in the United States. Customer service is also in the United States. Thank you again so much for watching our videos. You know, we're new to this, we're learning, and any comments that you can give us, feedback, we would definitely appreciate it as we learn how to develop content and put it onto YouTube for your enjoyment and also for your educational purposes. We are Boken Adventure. Boken means adventure in Japanese, and we hope to see you on the road. Okay, he's got to get this cover off. Oh, that's right. Make sure these are turned. Take the cover off. That's an idea. You got to do it right. You know, I guess I can't always do rodeo dad stuff. Maybe there's a better solution. What if someone makes something different than the fans I already have in here? Let's try Beech Lane. I bet you they have something. Yay! It's off. It's off. It's dirty, but it's off. Now, one thing that I mentioned before is we put the unit inside here as far as the control unit. Take 2.